Hi everyone, my name is Dan, and today I want to tell you how I turned a dormitory closet into a really great sounding recording booth for less than $200 really. It was really cheap, really easy, and best of all, it can tear down without leaving a mess. So let's get right into it. So right off the bat, you don't really need much to actually make this possible. If you have a closed area like a closet that you want to turn into a recording booth, then this is all you're going to need. If you have a bit of an open area next to where you're trying to record, we're going to need one more thing that's going to cost a bit extra, but we'll get into that down the road. All you're going to need, aside from the tiles themselves, are some duct tape, Elmer's glue, and some scissors. Yes, it's that simple, and I tried doing this with Gorilla Glue and Gorilla Tape. Duct tape and Elmer's glue actually works better for some reason, so I would go with these. They're cheaper, easier to find, and they're more effective. Now for the foam tiles themselves, I'm just using 1-inch thick tiles. Got about 100 of them for a little over $100. Usually they come around $1 a tile. It's not bad at all. I actually ended up with a lot extra, which I'm happy with. I'd rather have too many than too little. I would recommend going with the 1-inch. They get the job done for a non-professional recording studio, and they're about half the price of the 2-inch. So as you might expect, the actual process of hanging these tiles is really simple. In most cases, you would just Velcro or glue the tiles onto the wall, but like I said, this is more of a temporary build than a permanent one, so instead we're going to leave as little a mark on the walls as possible. This is perfect for college dorms, military barracks, anything like that where you're not going to be staying there for very long. So first things first, we're going to cut a piece of duct tape long enough to cover the entire wall, top to bottom. What I did was I had 2 strips for every column of tiles. You're welcome to do more, the more the merrier, of course. It's probably going to be sturdier and last longer, but 2 gets the job done just fine. We're just going to let the long strip of duct tape hang with the non-sticky side up against the wall and attach it at the top and bottom with the small pieces. Once again, this way you're having the least amount of contact possible, and that duct tape's not coming loose anytime soon. Next, you're going to give a quick slathering of Elmer's glue on top of these duct tape strips. You do not need that much Elmer's glue. I repeat, you do not need that much. What you're seeing here in the video is just fine. Just pretend you're spreading ketchup on a hot dog. Once you're all slathered up, you can begin attaching the tiles. So working from the bottom up, you're just stacking them right up against the duct tape. Now the duct tape itself would not hold the tiles up for very long, maybe a couple hours or so. Trust me, I tried that first. The glue is a necessity, but the reason this works so great is that the duct tape holds the tiles in place long enough for the glue to actually get into the pores of the foam and dry off, effectively keeping the tiles in place. And like I said, the duct tape will hold them on long enough, no problem, so you can just place them, apply a little bit of pressure, and just let them dry. Most cases, it'll be dry in about 30 minutes. So I mentioned another step, and in my case, I had a wide open hole next to the recording studio I was trying to make. So what we're going to need is a moving blanket and a shower curtain rod. And here's what we're going to do. You're really just going to drape it like a shower curtain on the rod right in front of the opening. Moving blankets don't do as great a job as acoustic foam tiles, obviously because acoustic foam tiles are made to reduce echo and get that good sound quality. But it does a pretty good job, especially when it's crumpled up and folded the way it is in my setup here. So if you have a larger hole that the blanket would need to be spread out to fill, I would recommend getting 2 because you want those crumpled up folds because that catches sound really well. For a final touch, I bought a rug to put on the bottom. This only ran me about 20 bucks. Something small, traps the sound a little bit, and makes it a little more cozy. All in all, for under $200, this sound booth does a phenomenal job. This entire video so far has been recorded inside the booth. My equipment really isn't top tier at all. I use a Blue Spark condenser with a Steinberg UR22, which is not bad. It's still a condenser with a fairly decent interface, but it's nothing special. This closet itself and this setup makes my voice sound so much better. Here's an audition I recorded in this closet before I installed any of these things. In waking, we know not of our waking, nor in sleep do we know of our waking. Rats! 20,003 rats. I want to be home, that's all. I want to be home, anywhere but here. In that audition, I was mumbling and trying to be quiet to avoid echoes, and you could still hear my voice bouncing around the walls. That's how big of a difference this makes, and that was with the same exact recording equipment. The difference in quality that this setup makes is astronomical, and for less than $200, less than pretty much any piece of equipment, that, in my mind, is a steal. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or shoot me an email. And with that, I'll see you next time. Take care.